Hello, Maddie here. Thank you for coming back for another week, another book here on my channel. Or if this is your first time, welcome. I am so glad you're here. On the channel, we do emotionally safe reads with the Maddie guarantee, which means at the end, your couple will be both alive and together. I can't guarantee that other bad things won't happen, that other people won't die, but your couple will be alive and together. And that's all I really need in a book. Continuing on with the theme from my last video, which was gifts to give the book lovers in your life, I wanted to talk about a few books I keep in my gift stash to give to people. Now, my collection of books that I like to give away, just like give to people, has grown exponentially, not exponentially. And now instead of like being like 5 books, it's like 2 bookshelves. It's like 24 books. And I love that. I'm here for it. But today I'm going to talk about 4 books. 3 of them are the ones on my blog, but I'm at a 4th, which is actually the book that I give away the most often. Let's talk about these books in my book stash that I like to give to people because they are books that I think basically anyone can pick up, read, and enjoy. And I think they all have good things within them that are worth reading. First is A Countess Below Stairs. Y'all have heard me talk about this book. Y'all know I love this book. It is cute, fun, literally laugh out loud, hilarious. The ending is wild. It's wild. You will never in a million years guess the ending, but your couple's alive and together at the end. So what more do you need? I like recommending this book because I think it's a super low threshold in terms of reading level. It's a very quick read for those that don't feel like they can read very fast. It's got a fun, engaging story for those that maybe just, the people that don't feel like reading is for them. This is a good entry-level book, in my personal opinion, because yes, while I'd say it is kind of more of a romance, there's a lot more to it than just that. So I think it's a great book to recommend, and it is a book. This is the book I give away second most often. Is this book right here? I've given away many copies, but it is not my most gifted book. Next is Hyperbole and a Half by Allie Brosh. I do not currently have a copy of this book because it's such a good, loved book that I don't often find copies of it at either thrifting or half price. There aren't usually any copies for me to buy because that's where I buy all these copies. Is I will look at shelves when I'm thrifting and things like that to just buy a $2 or $3 copy to just add to my books to give away. And this book is so loved and so awesome that I don't often find copies of it. This book I love giving away for a couple of reasons. One, it is technically nonfiction, but it is hilarious. It is entirely comics, so it looks like a big book, but it is not a very big book because it is entirely comics. So again, it goes into the low threshold for if you don't feel like you're a reader. It's really good for that, but it is, again, laugh out loud hilarious, but it also engages with some really serious topics about like depression and motivation, things like that. And so I really love gifting that book because it's great for non-readers, but it's great for getting some serious topics. It's also great for getting some just really, really, really funny stories. Third on my list is The Host by Stephanie Meyer. This book, I have such a hard time saying like this is my all-time favorite book because there are like 5 books that I would call my all-time favorite book. But this is definitely one that has, since the day that I read it, probably 2013-ish, somewhere in there. When was this book released? Oh, hey, look, this copy my mom gave to me in 2020. That's really sweet. Maybe I shouldn't give away this copy. I wonder which copy I have. Oh, it was 08. Okay. Yeah, so I read this book. It was definitely college, so I think it was 2013-ish, maybe 2014 when I first read this book. I read it at least once a year since. I read it literally every single year, a minimum of 1 time, even though it is a big boy. This is a big book. I purely keep this book in my book stash in the hopes that I find people that will want to read it. This is not a good entry-level book for people. It is a big book with weird themes, like love square. It is not a book just for anybody, but because I love it so much, my hope is that I will find people that also want to read this book. And so I keep copies to give to people in the hopes that I find someone that will want to read this book. And if I gift it to them, then maybe they will. Also, one of my things with gifting books is I cannot tell you how many times I get so stressed out when people lend me books and then it takes me like a year to read them. That just stresses me out to no end. So I like giving people books so they're not stressed about. If they lose it, they don't have to worry about it. If they ruin it, they don't have to worry about it. If they never read it, they don't have to worry about it. That's always my disclaimer when I give people books. I'm like, if you never, ever, ever read this book, my feelings are in no way hurt. But if you ever do read this book, let me know. I would love to talk to you about it. But this is a wishful thinking book that I keep in my book stash. It is not actually a book most people are reading. And now finally, the book that is not in my blog, but is the book that I give away the most often. Literally, I've given away 2 copies in like the last month. One to a coworker and one to a very good friend of mine who I've been helping get more into reading. She started reading Jane Austen with Pride and Prejudice a couple years ago. She read Wuthering Heights. No one should read Wuthering Heights. Like, Wuthering Heights should be read like for its literariness. That's not what I want. For like just all the literary tools that it uses, because it is a very good book to read to understand how authors use certain scenes, dialogue, settings, all sorts of things to convey certain messages or feelings or whatever. Wuthering Heights is a very, very, very good example of that. I'm trying to rip off the Goodwill sticker off this book because I just picked this one up because, like I said, I gave away 2 in the last month, which took my stock to 0. But then I went thrifting a couple weeks ago and I found 2 more copies. So I was like, perfect. But this copy has a Goodwill sticker on it, which is fine. It's, that's the beauty of used books. The beauty of used books. That's where I was trying to go. Okay, just ignore this ugly sticker at the bottom. I'll get it all cleaned off later. But the book that is most popular in my gift stash is The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I think it is the most popular for a myriad of reasons. 1, super small book. Super small book. Super low entry for readers. 2, it is fiction with a hint of romance, which is what people want. But 3, it's fiction set in a very real world setting. Because it is set on the Isle of Guernsey, which is a real island in the south of England that was occupied during World War II. And it's about basically how the islanders survived and kind of the aftermath of them rebuilding their lives in their world. It's a book that, if you don't like romance, you're going to like it. But like, if you think things like history, World War II is just a very big topic with a lot of people. This book hits so many popular themes that it is a great book to give to people because it's written so well. It's told so well. The story is so engaging. It's a very, very heartfelt and deep because it's real world things. The characters themselves are fictional, but the things that happen to these people aren't fictional. This island actually was occupied. These things actually happened. And so it makes it a really good book to give to people because it hits so many kind of markers for people to be engaged and interested in the book. So those are the books in my gift stash. We have A Countess Below Stairs, Hyperbole and a Half, The Host, and The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Let me know what books you keep in your stash, what books you like to give to people. If you have any, I'd be very, very interested. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really love engaging with those of you that do comment on my videos. It really means the world to me, and I would love to get suggestions. I love to know your opinions on what I've said, whether you agree, disagree, whether you have something to add. I would love to know that. But I can only know that if you leave a comment, so please do. And with all of that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you have a great night, great week, great weekend, great month, great year. Hope you have all the greats because you're truly worthy and deserving of them. So until next time, 再见. And Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year until 2026. Bye.